Okay, so what we will do today, we'll do our homework, and I don't think we'll get to equations and inequalities, but next week we'll be working on linear equations and inequalities. All right, so you may want to review that. I think you know about inequalities: equal, not equal, greater than or equal, right? Okay, so let's go to our homework. Let me do a new share and go to our homework. So do you see the homework?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I do.
And I'm disappointed because I didn't get homework from, I think
Okay.
Latoya was the only one that sent me homework.
She was on just now.
On
I know she
Barbara,
was on, but I don't know where she is. Yes.
this weekend I was in Pennsylvania. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Got my daughter.
Maureen, did you try the homework?
No, Miss Barbara.
Okay. Well, let's do our homework. The first one, Mercedes, how do you think we could solve this one? Remember, I said we would solve our the division of polynomials. We'll do that by factoring, or in some cases, maybe with the quadratic, we may use the quadratic method. But whenever we're dividing a polynomial by a monomial, you can divide each term in the polynomial by the monomial, right?
I heard that.
You understand what I just said?
I'm not sure.
Maureen, did you understand what I just said?
I hear it, but I don't understand it
An
that
idea
way.
what
Okay,
you're saying.
all right, let me repeat it. Let me point here. Okay, this is a polynomial, 12x to the third plus 6x to the second plus
Plus,
3x. That's the polynomial, all right?
right.
The monomial is the 3x, one term, mono 1, right?
Oh,
Now, so what I said is you could take each of these terms and divide by the monomial.
Oh,
uh-huh.
You got it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you would do is you take the 12x to the third. Let's take that, put it here, okay. And we will divide that by 3x.
See,
Got it? We divide each term. There are 3 terms in this polynomial, right?
uh-huh.
And we divide by 3x. All right. Now,
Okay.
what is that equal to, Mercedes? Divide the coefficients, then apply your exponent rules to the powers. So 12 over 3 is what, Mercedes?
That would be 4x to the third
No,
power.
just 12 over 3.
12 over 3. Just 12 over 3?
12 divided by 3 is what?
4.
4. Very good. Okay. Now, x to the third divided by x to the 1 is what, Mercedes?
X to the third.
Divided by x to the 1. Remember, this is a 1 here. You don't see it, but that's the default, right? So that's a 1. Put it there. Okay. So x to the third divided by x to the 1 is what, Mercedes?
Where is x to the third? I don't see that.
Right here.
Huh?
It's with the
That's not right.
12.
Oh,
You
oh.
see, x, 12x to the third.
Okay, yes, yes.
So we divided the coefficients, 12 over 3, we got 4. Now we divide the x to the third by x to the 1. What is that equal to, Mercedes?
Same 3x, 3.
No. What's the rule of exponents when you're dividing? What do you do with the exponents when you're dividing?
Oh, you multiply.
No. Maureen, you
Oh,
remember?
Subtract.
Subtract.
Oh,
I'll say
Lord.
these. You subtract the exponent of the denominator from the exponent of the numerator. So that becomes, and now let me just put it here, that becomes x to the third minus x to the 1. That's the way it would look.
Let me put
Got
my-
it, Mercedes?
So that becomes x to the third.
So what does that become?
I didn't hear the first part of what you're saying. I'm sorry.
4x to the 3 minus 1 is equal to what? What is that equal to?
Say that again, please. 4x to the 1.
No, 4x to the third. Let me just make this bigger because maybe you don't see it. Okay,
I have to use my phone because I don't get another
okay,
iPad.
all right. So 4x to the third minus 1. What is that equal to, Mercedes? Maureen just told you subtract the exponents of the exponent of the denominator from the exponent, the numerator. That's what I have here. 3 minus 1 is equal to what, Mercedes?
2.
2. So what would that be equal to? 4x to the what?
4x to the second power.
That's it, 4x to the second. So 4x, and then let's put our power of 2. That's it. So the first term divided by the monomial is equal to 4x to the second.
Okay.
You got it? So based on that, you can eliminate A and C. Correct?
A and C. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they have 4x to the 1. Correct?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
So you can eliminate A and C. So now you know it's between B and D.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we can take, so the first term, 12x to the third divided by 3x to the 1 is equal to 4x to the second. So now let's go to our second term, and that's 6x to the second, right? So let's take our 6x to the second, and we'll divide that by our monomial. So let me just put that there, 6x to the second. And let's divide that by our monomial with, that's our 3x, right? So put the 3x here.
you're
Okay,
writing somewhere, Barbara?
I'm sorry.
Are you writing it somewhere else?
No, I'm putting, it's right here on the screen.
I'm not seeing, all I'm seeing is number 1 and the date and the, if you're writing, otherwise I'm not seeing it. I'm
You-
looking at what's on the screen with the A, B, C, D.
Below that, you don't see 12x to the third?
See, you're writing it?
No,
Over?
it's already, I just put it there.
I don't see it.
That's when you gave me the 4x to the second. How did you give me 4x to the second when I said 4x to the 3 minus 1?
I just
You-
listen to what you said, but I don't see what you wrote.
You don't see 12x to the third divided by 3x to the 1?
No. What you wrote, I don't see it. I only see number 1 and what to the done. 12x to the third power plus 6x to the second power. And the answer is below to choose from.
But you
So I'm
don't
saying-
see what I wrote here.
No.
Maureen, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's from your end, Mercedes, because
Let me see
Maureen,
if I shift the page. If I shift the page, I shift the page up.
Mhm.
well, it's
You know
right
I'm-
below it.
I just see it. I just use my
I don't
finger.
know if we need that. Yes, we can see it.
Audrey,
Yes, good evening, Miss Barbara. How are you?
okay, we're starting
I will-
our
I will
homework.
put-
We're just on number 1,
Yes. Yes.
okay? Latoya, you're back
Yes,
and on
just a bit.
mute.
Yes. Yeah, just a second.
Okay, so,
I'm not hearing you, Miss Barbara.
okay, all right, Latoya.
You gotta turn up your volume.
Everybody else hear me? I've got it
Mhm.
up to, I think I've got it up to 90.
I don't know why I'm not hearing you.
Everybody else is hearing me. And
I don't know.
okay, so I said we're dividing, we're taking a polynomial divided by a monomial. And I said, take every term in your polynomial and divide by the monomial. So we took the first one, 12x to the third divided by 3x to the 1. We got 4x to the second. And I said, based on this first answer, you can eliminate A and C because they have 4x to the 1. Audrey, you follow me?
Mhm.
So you
Yep,
know
I have the
now.
answer ready.
Okay. So I'm sure you have the answer. Oh, Audrey, you didn't send me answers. What happened?
Yeah, because I was working on it this afternoon. I didn't even finish.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we'll do them. Okay, so 6x to the second divided by now Mercedes, you said you don't see.
I can see now.
You can see
I-
now?
Yes.
Excuse
Okay,
me.
all right. Audrey, what's 6x to
Mhm.
the second divided by 3x to the 1?
It's 2x.
That's I'm sorry. 6 divided by 3 is 2, right?
2.
And x
Mhm.
to the second divided by x, 2 minus 1, that's x. All right.
Say that again.
Okay. 6 divided by 3, Audrey got 2, right, Mercedes?
2.
Remember your exponent rules. Dividing, you subtract the exponent of your denominator from the exponent of your
Oh.
numerator. So 2 minus 1 is 1. That's why Audrey said x, because it's x to the 1. 1 is the
Okay.
default. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 4x. Well, you can eliminate everything but 1, right?
Mhm.
4x squared, 4x, and you got a 2x. So what's the answer, Mercedes?
D.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Hold on.
What is the
Sorry.
answer, Mercedes?
Answer is D.
You said D is in dog?
Yes, ma'am.
You see a 2x there in D?
Yes. 4x second power.
But do you see a 2x in answer D?
Oh yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
see a
that-
2x?
Oh, the answer is B.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. You right to this point, you know the
Yes,
answer, right? Because you got
Tell you what, miss. I didn't look at the answer for 6x to the second power. I'm looking straight across to the top. I didn't realize they did that so fast. So I
okay.
didn't see the 2x.
So, but I'm saying at this point, you've got 4x to the second for the first term, 2x for the second term. I mean, you could keep going, but you don't have to, because if you look at your choices, B is the only one that has a 4x to the second and a 2x. Answer B. Now you could go to the 3x, and 3x divided by 3x is 1, right? And there's your 1. Got it?
Oh, so 3x is 1.
Yeah, 3x. Remember I said you take each term in the polynomial and divide by the monomial. So 12x to the third divided by 3x gave you the 4x to the second. 6x to the second divided by 3x is 2x. Now we could take out 3x and divide it by 3x, and that's your 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just put that there. Okay, so I took the third term, 3x. Now divide that by 3x, and what does that give you, Mercedes?
The x,
This would be divided by 3x, right?
just give you the 1.
Yeah, you get the 1, 3x, and that's equal to 1. And that's what you have in choice B. 4x to the second plus 2x plus 1. Okay, underline. Get rid of the underline here. Okay. Okay. Any questions on number one?
No,
Okay, so if you have a polynomial and you divide it by a monomial, divide each term of your polynomial by the monomial. Put them all together and you get the answer. Okay,
okay.
now doing the same thing for number two, Mercedes.
Oh, no.
Simplify 14y to the 8th plus 28y to the 3rd plus 21y to the 2nd divided by 7y to the 2nd. Now, I want you to do the same thing. Divide each term of the polynomial by the monomial.
Okay, Miss, can you shift it down a little bit? It's right across your shoulder.
Okay. You want me to bring it down?
That's
That
better.
better?
Thank you.
Okay,
Too far. Could go back a little bit.
go back. Better?
That, yeah.
Okay. Now, following the same procedure we did for number one. Mercedes, you're going to take 14y to the 8th divided by 7y to the 2nd, 28y to the 3rd divided by 7y to the 2nd, and 21y to the 2nd divided by 7y to the 2nd. So without even, okay, well, I'll put it down anyway. 14y to the 8th. Let's just take that. And divide that by 7y to the 2nd. So let's take 7y to the 2nd. Okay. Now, what is that equal to, Mercedes?
Is equal to 2y to the 6.
Okay, very good. Okay, so that's equal to 4y to the 6. I'm sorry, 2y to the 6. 14 over 7 is 2. There we go. Okay, 8 minus 2 is 6. So you got 2y to the 6. So what two answers can you eliminate, Mercedes? You can eliminate two of the choices. What are they?
B
And what else?
C.
B and 1?
B and C.
B and C, because B is 2y to the 10th, C is 2y to the 5th. So you can eliminate B and C. And you know it's between A and D, correct?
Right.
Now, 28y to the 3rd divided by 7y to the 2nd gives you what, Mercedes?
Give me 3y.
No, 28y to the 3rd divided by 7y to the 2nd. Remember, you divide each of your terms by the monomial. So 28y to the 3rd, I put that there. Divide that by 7y to the 2nd. What is that equal to?
That is to
What is it equal to?
just a minute, just a minute. Hold on, I can't see this number. Okay, all right. So this is equal to the number 3.
What is
Oh.
what is that equal to?
That is
20
equal to 3y to the 1 power.
28 divided by 7 is what?
3.
No, 3 times 7 is 21.
Oh Lord. 4.
4. That's right.
Oh, sorry.
And
I
then
know that 7 is 21. A mistake.
okay, and y to the 3rd divided by y to the 2nd gives what, Mercedes?
1.
Y to the 1. Or just y, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have what? you have 2y to the 6. And you see that appears as A and D. But you have a 4y. So what is your answer, Mercedes?
Because
Where's the noise coming from?
I don't know.
Audrey, is that you?
No,
Where's the noise? Like somewhat of a roaring.
answer
yeah, it
is
sounded like
A.
talking.
No, it's
It
not
sounded like
talking.
talking.
No, it's not talking.
God,
It's
my
like
phone.
Pulling
a
out some-
little roaring kind of noise.
The answer
Ah.
is A.
So
Answer
the
A.
answer, what did you say, Mercedes? The answer is A. That is correct. Very good. Answer. Noise. Who's moving something around? It's noise.
No, it's me. I meant to close the door because my son has the TV over there on.
Oh, okay. When that happens, go to mute, Audrey, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we have a 2y to the 6. We have a 4y. And that appears only in A because D has a 4y to the 2nd. Now you could take the 21y to the 2nd divided by 7y to the 2nd. What do you get, Mercedes?
You get 3.
You get 3. There's your 3. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Maureen, you okay?
Yeah, Miss Barbara.
Okay. If you're okay, Maureen, that means you can do the next problem, correct?
Not really.
Oh, Maureen, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. Okay, who wants to? Lordry, you want to do the next problem? This one you
I'll
can
try.
do the same, divide each of the terms by the monomial. So we take the 6. Let me just write it here. Okay. And we're going to divide each one of these by x to the 2nd. So let me just put that here. X to the 2nd. That's the monomial, that's the divisor. Okay, so that's 2nd. And we're going to take this is a small x. Okay, let's take the 2xy. Put
You
that.
gotta make it a little brighter for me. A little bigger.
Yes, yes, I'm gonna make it bigger as soon as I get those powers under there. Okay, x to the 2nd. And then we're gonna take the y to the 2nd, divide that by x to the 2nd. So let's just put that there. Put our monomial x to the 2nd. Okay. And then I'll make it bigger. Okay, now let me just make this bigger. Okay, Audrey, you okay?
Yeah.
Can you see it all right? I made it bigger. Okay, Audrey. First term divided by x to the 2nd. What do you get?
I'll get
This one right here.
6x.
6x. Very good. Okay, 6x. Maureen, you okay with that one? Maureen,
Yeah,
do you know how Audrey got 6x?
no.
Audrey, you want to tell her?
The x divided by x and subtract the oh my
Just right here.
the 3 anyway.
She just want to know how you got 6x by dividing 6x to the 3rd by x to the 2nd. How did you get 6x? Tell Maureen how you got 6x.
I divide the x by the x and then I subtract the power from the 2 power from the 3rd power.
That's right. 6, what she did, Maureen, remember the x to the 2nd has a coefficient of 1. So 6 over 1 is 6, right? And like
Mhm.
Audrey said, she subtracted her exponent from her denominator, 2, from the exponent of the numerator, 3, and that's how she got x to the 1, or x. That clear, Maureen?
Okay, so far.
Okay, so you know how Audrey got 6x, right? She divided the coefficients and then she divided the exponents. And the rule when you divide the exponent is subtraction. Subtract the exponent of your denominator from the exponent of your numerator. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Audrey, what do you get for the next one?
The next one I get, X, Y. Wait a minute, yes. We got X to the second.
Well, you got a 2, of course, 2
And
over
X-
1. And what is the
got-
x exponent?
The X exponent is X to the second.
What is it?
I think I get X to the second. Let me see if we got X to the second. Let me see.
No, remember this is to the 1 and this is the 2. So
X,
that's going to be
one.
what, Audrey?
X,
Well, x
got
to the
X.
1
1
minus x to the second,
minus
right?
X to the second.
Okay. Right? Because you're still subtracting the
Yes,
2 from the 1, but that's going to give you a negative because your negative is
negative.
the biggest, right? Okay.
Yes,
So 1 minus 2 is what, Audrey? A plus 1 and a minus 2.
1 minus 2 is 1, right?
Yeah, but it would be a negative, right?
Negative, yes.
Okay, so this becomes, and I'll just put this, okay. When we copy it, let's leave it right there. And then when I put it on the next line, I'll put the negative. Okay, so what do you get for the second one? Y to the second divided by x to the second.
I get Y to the second. That's Y.
Well, 1
Mhm.
over x to the second is the negative, right? So that's going to be a -2, right? When you bring it up in the numerator, the sign changes, right? That's going to be a 2.
Mhm.
And then we have y to the second that's already there.
Mhm.
Everybody following?
Yes.
Remember, yes, because this is x to the second in the denominator, but when you bring it up in the numerator, the sign changes. So that becomes x to the -2. Questions? So let's just do
It's,
that. Yes, Mercedes.
that's all you do when you have 2x to the y. Subtract by x.
Y is 1.
Well, you have an x to the 1 and an x to the second. That's x to the 1 numerator power 1 minus denominator power that's 2, right? Mercedes?
Oh,
But let's just do that subtraction. So 1 minus 2 is what, Mercedes?
1.
Plus or minus? Plus 1 and a -2, Mercedes. What is it?
I did say minus.
Minus what?
1.
-1. Very good. Okay, so let me add this up. This would be my, okay, let me bring that over. 2x down, and this would be a -2. -1. There we go. So that's your answer. 6x plus 2x to the -1 plus x to the -2 y to the second.
Wait 2 seconds.
That would be your answer. Any questions?
The middle one is a big tick. You to remember how to do that part.
Yeah, you remember I gave you some exponent rules for when it's negative,
Yeah. I'm gonna read it again.
right? Let me just kind of review it here. Okay. Okay, if you had 1, bring this down, 1, let's just say, and we put in the denominator x, and then let me put a minus on here, a -2. Now, if we bring that x to the -2 in the numerator, then it becomes a plus. All right, so this would then be, that'll be equal x to the second. X to the second. All right, so let's just put the 2 here.
Oh, I don't know, because.
Okay. Yeah, it's negative here, but if I flip it, so if I flip it to x to this power over 1, then the power changes sign from negative to plus.
Okay.
Okay, and if I had this as a plus, then it becomes a minus. You follow? If this was 1 and I make this over x to the second, let me just put x to the second here. Okay, so this is x, and I put it to the second power. No, let me just copy that here. Okay, so I want to make this a positive. Okay. So that's x to the second, but notice now it's in the, let me take this out, you don't need that x. So I have it in the denominator. Now, if I bring this up into the numerator, what would that be, Mercedes?
You bring.
If-
Positive x up here.
Yeah, it'd be a positive. Well, no, the sign would change to plus. So that would
Oh.
be, okay, equal. And that would just be x to the second. Okay. So that's a power. Somehow the power is not working. This should be x. So let me put it here. Okay. So if this was 1 over x, let me just make that plus 2. So 1 over x to the second will be x to the -2. So this would be a minus. Just copy. I'll just copy it here because, okay. So 1 over x to the second will be x to the -2. You got it? So when you flip it, your sign changes.
Okay.
1 over x to the -2 is x to the second over 1. 1 over x to the second is x to the minus 2 over 1. So you flip it, change the sign. Got it?
Okay.
Questions? Okay, thank you, Audrey. So you just remember, Audrey, you're following the same rules, except sometimes your exponent becomes negative. That's all. You're still doing the subtraction when you're dividing, but sometimes your exponent is negative. Because remember, I said exponent can be positive, negative, or zero, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So that was number what? 3? Okay. Maureen, number 4.
But I didn't do nothing. I don't understand these.
Miss, it
Okay.
is in your- from A up is in your shoulder.
What's wrong, Mercedes?
From the first answer, A up to 4 is in your shoulder to your face. Go up. You have to stroll down a
So
bit.
you want this, you want this spot down some.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. And then we'll make it bigger so Audrey
Yeah,
can see it.
You're
Is
going
that
too
good?
far.
2, 4?
Up a little bit. Yeah, up a little bit.
Okay.
Up, up, up.
Oh, okay. How's that?
That's, yeah. Thank
Okay. So let's just make it bigger. Okay. All right. Okay, Maureen. You're dividing minus 8 into the 6 minus into the 5th divided by minus into the 4th. So you could really factor out what? You could factor out the n to the 4th, right, Maureen? You know how to do the factoring, correct?
Very kind of Miss Barbara.
Yeah. If take this into the 4th
Uh-huh.
and okay, let me do it like this. Okay. Think of it as a factor. Minus into the 4th times what give you 8 minus 8 into the 6. So let me just take this here. I think from the factoring way, you'll be able to get it. So let's just take this minus. Okay. Now, Maureen, let me I want to multiply this by a factor. And you tell me what the factor is. And I want to get back the first one, that minus 8 into the 6. I want to get this. I'm taking it term by term. Okay. So
Miss Barbara is, I ain't seeing her. What you is Miss Barbara? Not seeing it.
you're not seeing it?
Mm-mm.
What, it's not
Okay,
big?
I see it now.
You
Yeah,
see it now?
I see it now. Yeah, on the right hand
Okay,
side. Which way
okay.
you're left.
All right. So Maureen, so what we're doing, we're factoring the minus 8 into the 6 into the factors minus into the 4th plus another factor. And we'll do it also for the into the 5th. So now, Maureen, what goes here? What can I multiply by minus into the 4th to get minus 8 into the 6?
2 and 3.
No. I want to multiply a factor right here times minus into the 4th to get minus 8 into the 6th. So I know I must have an 8 here, right? Because 8 times n is 8n. Maureen, you following?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to go from n to the 4th to n to the 6th, what must be the power of the n?
2.
All right, Maureen. See, I knew you could do that. Okay, so this would be a 2. Right? So let me just bring that here. Okay. Okay, so you've got 8 into the second. So you can really eliminate B because you know it's 8 into the second, right? That's your first factor. Mercedes, you following?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so very good. That means you can do the next one, right? So let's take the minus into the, this is, let's see, let me just copy this. And then you can do the next one. Okay, so let's just put this here. Oh, whose phone is ringing? Okay,
That's the house phone.
all right. So now I want to get minus into the 5th. So let me just take that out and put into the 5th. Okay. And this is, and we don't need the parentheses. And let me put into the 5th here. Okay. Just put the into the 5th here. Okay, so that's a 5. Okay, Maureen. Now I want to get minus into the 5th,
Mhm.
right? And so minus into the 4th here again. Let me just put leave this blank and you tell me what goes in the blank. Okay, Maureen. Minus into the 4th times what factor gives you minus into the 5th?
N.
N. Very good. Okay. So that's N. Okay. That's right, because you add into the 1 plus 4 and you get into the 5th. Now put those together, Maureen. What is the answer?
8 and 2.
8 into
Min-
the second. There we go. 8 into the second. That's what we got right here. There we go. 8 into the second. So let's copy that there. And what's the rest of the answer, Maureen?
minus N.
No, you have a minus N or a plus N.
Oh,
Right here, it's a plus. Well,
oh,
it's a plus, right?
N.
Because
N.
that N has a positive sign. So that's
Okay.
plus N.
N.
What answer is that?
Yeah.
A. A.
Answer A. Now you understand it from the factorate, right, Maureen?
Yeah.
Yeah, what you do is if you're dividing here, like you've got a monomial dividing into the polynomial. So you take this and find the factor that multiplies by this to give you the first term. Then also find the one that gives you the second term. And then you put them together and you have your answer. There's your 8 into the second. That's your first factor. And then N is your second factor. So 8 into the second plus N is your answer. And that matches A. Got it?
Yeah.
Mercedes, you fine?
Yes, I'm watching it, but I don't clear on the last part of it. So
Okay,
much.
what you don't, which part you don't understand? The end of the 4th and the end?
8 to the,
This one?
yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Okay, now I put minus into the 4th. I left this blank, but I want to get minus 8 into the 6th. So I know I need an 8 because 8 times the n gives me an 8n, right? So I put the 8. Now, Mercedes, if this is a 4, right? And I want to get a 6. And if I'm multiplying, I add the powers, right? So what power adds the 4 to give 6? Mercedes?
2.
2. So that's why this is 8 into the second. You got it?
Yeah.
Then when we wanted to get the minus into the 5th, and my factor is still minus into the 4th. So I know this has to be what? To get a 5, I've got to add 1 to the 4th. So this has to be into the 1.
Yeah.
1 is the default, right? And signs plus times a minus gives a minus,
Okay.
right? Minus times a plus gives a minus. So now I have, because notice when I said to get what I need, I put exactly the terms, including the signs. And that way, you know, your signs will be correct. Okay. If this had been a plus 8 into the 6, I would have written this as just plus 8 into the 6 or just 8 into the 6. That's the default. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Maureen, you okay on number 4?
Yeah,
You want to try one?
I'm trying to work out 5, but I'm figuring it out, but I can't get it figured
You
out
want to
yet.
try 5?
Not really.
All right.
Okay.
Audrey, you want to
Yeah,
help her out on number 5? Let me make it bigger.
Okay, number 5.
Here again, you factoring.
Yeah, you got 5m to the 4. Last time, the 6 minus 15 divided by 5.
So you just factor a 5 and a what to
5.
give you 5m to the 4th.
1m to the 4th.
Divided by 5, 5m to the 4th divided by 5.
5m to the 4 divided by 5.
What does that give you, Maureen?
Give me a 5.
No,
5m to the 4.
5m to the
That's one.
4th. Let me just take it term by term. 5m to the 4th. Just put it here.
5m.
Okay. And that's what we want to get, right? So let me just put
1m to the
here,
4th.
that's the result we want. So let's just put 5. Let me put times. Okay, so 5 is what I'm divided by, so that's one of my factors. So let me just make this bigger. Okay, so Maureen, what goes here in the parentheses if I want to get 5m to the 4th? What goes here in the parentheses? 5 times what factor gives you 5m to the 4th?
20?
No,
25?
Dividing, Maureen, you're dividing.
Divided.
well, Maureen, 5 times what number gives you 5?
1.
1. So then your variable would just be what?
1.
1m to the 4th.
6.
1m to the 4th.
Or would it be?
No.
No, it'd just be m to the 4th.
Or m to the 4.
Right. So it'd just be m to the 4th. Go 5 times m to the 4th would give you 5m to the 4th. Okay, so 5. This is 5. Let me just put that a little closer. Maureen, you follow why you got m to the fourth?
Because I try.
No, it's a multiplication,
Oh,
right? It's a multiplication. So you want to get 5m to the fourth, but you just have a 5. So what do you have to multiply 5 by to get 5m to the fourth? Just m to the fourth.
oh, I see.
Yeah, like if it was a number and this was a 10, I say 5 times 2 is 10, except instead of a number, it's a variable with the power. So 5 times m to the fourth gives you 5m to the fourth. All right.
Okay.
Now you do the 10. Okay, we want to get 10m to the 6. So let's just put that there. Okay, 10m to the 6. I'll put it here because that's what we want to get. 10m to the 6. So now we have our 5. Let me just copy that and then leave the factor blank, and you tell me what goes in the blank. Okay, so I'll put that there. Okay, and this 5m to the fourth times, and let's just put parenthesis, equal. Okay, so let me just make this bigger, and you tell me what goes in the parenthesis. Okay, so let me just make this bigger. Okay. All right, Maureen. I don't need the this, I just need, okay, Maureen. So we have 5 times, no, I don't want 5 the m to the fourth here. I just want this blank. Okay, 5 times what factor, Maureen, gives 10m to the 6?
2.
2, and then what's the variable? 2 m, what would m be?
4. No.
No, I'm getting m to the 6.
Oh. Oh
So
yeah,
what-
m to the 6.
That'd be m to the 6. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. M to the 6. There we go. And let's just bring that. Okay. So now you've got 5m to the fourth. You've got m to the fourth, and you've got 2m to the 6. Now, where do you see that there? 2m to the 6 and m to the fourth. What answer?
B. B.
Yep, that's your answer. You
Wow.
can stop. You can stop there. Now you could continue. 15 times 3 is 5. So that would give you the 5, right? But it's a minus 15, right? So it'd be a minus 3 times a minus 5 gives you a minus 15. So your answer is B. Question?
Oh boy.
Is it making more sense now, Maureen, when you break it down?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know, once you do enough of these, then you don't have to really break it down. But until you really get familiar with this, it's better just to break it down into terms. All right. Now, once you really get familiar with this and you say divide by 5, you say 5 and the 5m to the fourth is just what? M to the fourth. 5 in the 10 is 2, so that's just 2m to the 6, right? And then 5 in the 15 is a minus 3. Okay, so once you do enough of these, then you're able to just to do it term by term without even writing it down. Okay. Well, Mercedes, you okay on number 5? Mercedes,
She didn't hear you.
I heard you.
Mercedes, you okay on number 5?
Not so sure, but I'll catch a part of it.
Okay, you want to try number 6? Make that
Let me
bigger.
scroll on a little bit, please.
Okay,
But
Here
Miss
they go.
Barbara, you know you got these two answers the same, right? You
where?
got A 2 to the power minus X and that. So you got X to the 2 power minus X2.
For number 6?
Yeah. A and C is the same answers.
Okay. Yeah, they're the same answer. X to the 2, 1 should have been a plus.
Oh,
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, 6. This was a minus, it should have been a plus. There we go. All right, now, same thing. Minus
Scroll on a
7x to the 5th divided by 7x to the 4th and
Sorry.
7x, yes, Mercedes.
I can see what's in front of 6. It's just scroll on a little bit more still.
Okay, you can't, all right, let me,
You're going, or you put it somewhere else? Okay.
that okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, now, Mercedes,
Go right
can I
back.
do that? But I didn't know.
It went right back.
okay, I'll bring it down.
Barbara,
That better?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, Maureen, you got it all figured out?
I had C, but I don't know if it's right. Could be wrong.
For number 6?
Uh-huh. I know. But when you do it, I will know anyhow. Mercy, you can try that one?
Try it.
Well, let's try to do this one without really writing it down. 7x to the 4th.
Mercy
Time.
going back in the space. I can't see it. I don't know what's going on.
I
Hold
didn't
on,
change
let
it.
me try.
It's still there.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I slide it. I slide it.
Okay,
came
7x to the 4th times what gives minus 7x to the 5th? Mercedes.
7x
Oh, I see.
give you what? That is
So the
In-
answer gonna be B.
7x to the 4th. What did you say, Maureen?
The answer is B.
D, that's it, Maureen. You
That's it.
got it.
That's it.
Very
all right. Why
good.
didn't you finish the work first?
That's the answer.
I was just about the x
That is
Third-
3x.
x to the 3rd power.
Yes, 7 to
Minus
the 4th, 7x to the 4th times x to the 3rd give you 7x to the 7th, right?
the
And then
fourth
7x to the 4th times a minus times what gives a minus 7x to the 5th? It'd just be a 1, a minus 1, because it's a minus x, right? And 5,
Mhm.
you have 5 minus 4 is 1, x to the 1. Got it?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's number 6. Very good, Maureen. You're getting it. All right. Now,
Oh, yeah,
here's a
okay, good.
simplify. Okay, let me just make this bigger. Okay, let's make that bigger. Let's make it, okay. All right. We want to simplify. So what would you simplify first here, Audrey?
Oh, we're probably at now.
Number 7, right here. What do
Okay.
you see the same in the numerator and the denominator?
I see 3B and 6B.
3B and
I
6B
see,
are not the same. You mean you see 2 times 3B
I
is
see 2
6B.
times, right.
So
Yes,
you
I
see
saw
6B and
A
6B.
minus 4 and A minus 4 in the numerator and the denominator.
Okay, very good.
A
Now,
minus 4 and
all right, so let's
Excuse me.
just take this and copy it. Audrey, you're on the right path. All right. Now let's just bring that. Okay. So 2 times 3b is 6b. So let's just put here 6. And I'll just put it in parentheses. Okay, 6b. Let's just check out this. Okay, so now when we multiply 2 times 3b, we get 6b. So you see 6b in the numerator and 6b in the denominator. So that gives you a 1. So now we can rewrite this and take out the 6b because it's common to both the numerator and the denominator. You can cross it out or you can just take it out. Okay, so let's just take the 6b out. Okay, that comes out. And let's take it out in the denominator because that's just 1. And 1 doesn't change the value. Everybody with me?
Yes, Mr.
Yes. Okay, so now a minus 4 squared raised to the second power is really a minus 4 times a minus 4, right? So let's just rewrite the numerator as a minus 4 times a minus 4. Okay, so this is a minus 4. Let's take that out. And let's just put here a minus 4. Everybody with me?
Yes, Miss.
Because a minus 4 times itself is a minus 4 to the second. Now, what do you see in common, Mercedes, with the numerator and denominator?
With the
Yeah.
original denominator of a positive 4, a positive 4, top and bottom.
You see what?
A minus 4, a minus.
Yeah, you see a minus 4 here and a minus 4 here, right? So what would be your final answer?
Minus
So
4.
that's a 1. So we'd have a minus 4 left in the numerator, right?
Yeah.
And a plus 4 in the denominator. So this comes out because it's over itself, which is a 1. And we take it out here. All right. So what answer is that, Mercedes? A minus 4 over a plus 4. What answer?
Answer is, hold up. Oh,
The answer is that.
yeah.
Which one?
Sorry.
What's the answer?
The answer,
See.
the answer is A.
A.
Yeah.
A minus 4 over a plus 4, right? Okay, so that's answer A. Let's make that bigger.
I didn't get that clearly.
Questions?
I didn't get that answer proper. I didn't
Oh, you
understand
didn't get it?
I didn't, but I don't want to do it over now.
I get
Another time, please.
You got the, you saw the 6b's were common, right? In numerator,
Right.
denominator. The 2 times the 3b is a 6b. So 6b over 6b is 1. So we could take those out. And then when you square it, it's just a number, it's just the expression by itself. So a minus 4 to the second is a minus 4 times a minus 4. Then you look at numerator, denominator, you see common terms, a minus 4 and a minus 4. They come out and you're left with a minus 4 over a plus 4.
Okay.
Question?
Take out the, so you take out the common and leave the 2.
Yeah, you take out the common ones. You could just cross them out or just take them out, okay? Because over themselves, they just equal 1. And when you
Yes.
put multiply 1 by any expression, it just gives you the same expression, right?
Okay.
That was number 7. Any questions on number 7? Maureen, you had that one right?
No, I have that right.
I have one wrong.
Audrey, you had it, right?
Not right, though. I had it right. I had. Okay.
What did
Oh
you
my
have,
God.
Audrey?
I had A minus 2 over 2. That's what I had.
Oh, you had, okay. But you understand now how you had to factor out, how you had to
Mm.
take the a minus 4 to the second and factor it to a minus 4 times a minus 4, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, let's go to number, what was that number?
I get no further than that.
Okay, let's go to number 8.
I was trying to factor out this thing, but I didn't understand really how you wanted it factor out. Because I see, I wonder if that was a decimal point there.
No, Audrey, you just want 2 factors multiplied to give you back this factor.
I see a dot in between there. I thought it was a decimal thing. A decimal
No,
point.
that's the number 8, the problem number 8.
8 times 8.
That's number 8. Yeah.
No, that's problem number 8. We just
That's
did
problem
7.
number 8.
Oh, no, I talking about the sum itself. I talking about the
Where did you see a decimal
itself.
point? Where did you see a decimal
Eight,
point?
8 between the 8 to the 8 to the 4th power.
No,
Is
that
that the one
number
you're doing
8
now?
is number that number 8 is like after 7, 8.
Audrey, what was the problem? You said, where did you see a decimal point?
No, it was closer than that. When I put it on my thing, it was closer than that. There, no, I seeing it now. It was closer than that.
Oh, you mean the 8?
The
Oh, well, that
factoring
was,
one.
you mean well, it was the
No,
problem
number 9 or
number
something.
8, because we just did 7. So the next problem is number 8. But it was closer. So you thought it was a decimal point.
No, wait, I see something. Number 8 says.
Oh,
8.
okay. Yeah, I got you. Because you thought it was 8.8.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it was, well, it could have been a little further away. But anyway, this is problem number 8.
Let me see.
I'll make sure when I do it
Let me
next
see.
time, I don't put them so close. Okay. So
see what I
problem
got.
number 8. Now, Audrey, you can do it, right?
Yeah, let me see. 8.
How would you factor? What? Okay. 8, 4, and 10. What factor can you use for those 3 numbers?
2.
2.
2.
Okay, so let's put a 2 here. Okay, let me just put a 2. Okay, so let me put a 2 here.
2 times 4.
Let me make this bigger. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got a 2. Now, what is the smallest power? What the variable x, the smallest power is what, Audrey?
2.
2.
2.
So then that would be x to the second, right? Okay, so that would be x to the second. So we know that would be one of the factors. Okay, now we just have to fill in, Audrey. So 2x to the second time, what gives you 8x to the 4th? Let's take the first term. 2 times what number?
4.
So, okay, that would be a 4. Okay, and x to the second,
X.
that'd be x to the what?
X. X to the 2.
That's right, x to the 2. There we go. All right, so you got the first term, correct? Now let's go to the second one. Now we've got 4x to the third. So that's a minus. What would be the number? 2 times what gives 4? 2 times what number
Negative
gives
2.
4?
2
So that
times 2.
would be 2, right? And to get x to the third, the x to the second would have to be multiplied by what? X to the what?
X to the third. 3.
No. You want to get
What?
x to the third. You have an x to the second.
Oh, 3x. 3x. X. 3.
No. X to the
Okay, wait a minute.
second time x to the what power gives x to the third?
One.
X to the second. X to
Maureen,
the
what did you say?
X to-
It would
One.
just be x to the 1, Audrey.
2
2 plus 1
Oh.
would give you the 3,
Oh, yeah, 2 ones is
right?
2. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Audrey, I'm at the 10x to the
Yeah.
second. So 10
Mhm.
times, 2 times what number gives you 10?
5.
5, right? There we go. We got the 5. And this is a x to the second, x to the second. So we don't need a power because we already have x to the second. So that would just be 5. Got it? That's your answer.
Mhm.
Got it?
Oh.
That's
Mhm.
it. That's your answer.
Oh. I didn't know. I thought she wanted to give all the little 2 by this
Okay.
and this by that. I thought it
Yeah.
was like that.
Okay, you just factor out the common factor. 8, 4, and 10 common factor is 2. And then you just take the powers. X to the second time x to the second, give x to the fourth. X to the second time x, give x to the third. And this one already had x to the second, so it'd just be the number 5. Questions? Mercedes, you have a question on number 8.
No, miss.
So you want to try number 9?
Is it the same thing, miss?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. We're going to do number 9. Okay, let's take number 9. I'm going to copy it. Okay. And let's just make it bigger. Take that out, number 9. And let's make it bigger. Okay, there we go. Now, what's the common factor for these? Let's say
3.
these 3. Very good. Okay, so we take 3. And what is the smallest power on your variables?
2.
What about the 1?
Oh, yes, sorry. 1.
1, right? 3x is x to the 1. So that's your smallest. So let's just make that bigger. Okay. Now we've got our 3x as a factor. Now 3x times what, Mercedes, gives you 3x to the 6?
9. The 9x to the 2.
No. I'm taking it term by term. 3x to the 6, right?
Yes.
What factor 3x multiply to give you 3x to the 6?
2.
If I use 2,
No,
It's
3 is already there. So you just need the
2.
x. So what would it be?
So
X to what power? No, listen to me. X to what power times x gives x to the 6. Remember, you add exponents for multiplication. So x would have to be what power, Maureen?
for me to get 6,
Yes.
3.
No.
it to
2.
be 4.
1 plus what gives 6?
5.
5. That's right.
see-
5.
Just a minute, miss. Are you saying since x is 1, I should have 5 to make that 6?
That's right. Because what do you
Okay.
do when you multiply?
Uh,
Add the powers.
I wasn't adding the x to the power. That's why.
Well, this is a 1,
Mhm.
right? Isn't that a 1?
Yes.
All right. Let's just okay. That's a 1, right? And a 1 plus a 5 gives you a 6.
You don't have to put 1 there. Understood.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we go to our second term, Mercedes, minus 9x to the second. Okay, so 3 times what gives 9?
3.
3. Okay, now to get x to the second, you have x to the 1. What's the power on the x with the 3?
1.
Yeah, so it would just be x to the 1, right? Now you've got 3x and this is 3x. So what would be the next factor, Mercedes?
One.
What would be the next factor?
X to the second power.
No,
3x.
this
Yeah,
is
we can't-
3. This is 3x right here, right? But
Yeah.
you already have 3x. So what would
Three.
go here? What number?
2.
3.
No. What did you say, Audrey? No. Mel,
3.
what is it, Maureen?
X.
No.
Oh,
1.
She said you have 3x.
1.
Yes. X.
Already. Miss, I said 1 in the beginning.
I didn't hear you say 1.
yeah, she said
I
1.
said 1
Oh,
in the beginning.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the 1. Okay. So just be
3x
1.
plus 1.
3x times 1 is 3x. And there's the term right there.
It's because the 3x and 3x is just 1. And you have 1 up there already.
Yeah, okay. That's your answer. So you just take,
3x.
you took the 3 out because the 3 is a common factor for 3, 9, and 3. And then you take the factor with the smallest power, and that's your x, because x to the 6, x to the second, x to the 1. So then you factor the factors that multiply to give you each term. 3x to the 1 times x to the 5 gives you 3x to the 6. 3x to the 1 times minus 3x give you 9x to the second. And then 3x to the 1 times 1 just gives you 3x. That's your answer.
So
Yes, questions?
I'm looking at it like it's the opposite way to the other way we does it.
What was
Like
it, Mercedes?
Like the answer, the like the 9, we set it out. We are telling how you get 3x6 minus 9x2 plus 3x, right?
Yeah, because it says factor out the greatest common factor for each. So we took our greatest common factor, we pulled that out, and then we had to write out the factors that multiply to give you back,
Yes, that's what
this expression.
Yeah.
Okay. And it has to work for all the terms, right? So you take it term by term, and then you get your answer. Questions number 9.
No.
Okay, so let's go to a word problem, number 10. All right, let me just, okay, Maureen, you want to read number 10? Let me just make that bigger.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
Okay. The price P, the quotation is in dollars, that a radio manufacturer can charge for a radio is given by P, this is price equals to 40 minus 4x to the power 2, where x is the number of radios produced in millions. It cost the company $15 to make a radio.
okay, your number of radios produced, we're calling that equal to the number of radios sold. We're making that assumption so you can solve the problem. And the revenue, number of radios sold, times the price charged per radio. Now let's write here, okay,
Yeah.
price P charged for radio is given as P equal 40 minus 40x. So let's just take P equal 40 minus 40x, because we need that, right? Because that's the price. And let me just put that right here. Okay. Now I'll put it right here. Okay. Now, what was P? What did they give us as P?
40.
1240.
No, no, P is the price in
Price
dollars
per
that
dollars.
the manufacturer can charge for a radio. So
Uh,
the price is 40 minus
Minus
40x a
40x.
second. So that's the price. Okay, so let me just put that here. That's price. All right. Now, what else did they give you?
Each radio was sold for $15, I think.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
it cost the company $15 to make a radio. So we need this, right?
Uh.
$15 to make a radio. So let's just put that there. Okay. Now I gave you the revenue, right? Number of radios sold times price charged per radio. So you were to write first the expression for the total revenue. So what would that look like?
Let's see, the total revenue.
What would the total number of radios sold look like?
Okay. a
Well,
million.
we have the price and we have the number of radios. So what would that look like?
You mean you got like it'll be 40 minus
15,000.
40 power.
Multiply by 50.
Say it again. What
Yes.
is it? What did you say?
40
40
Oh,
minus 4x to the second time 50.
40 minus 40x squared times x.
Times 50. Okay.
No, because
Times
x, remember they gave you x
X.
as
Right,
the number
okay.
of radios produced. So if you know the
Mhm.
charge for a radio and you know x, the number of radios, then you
50.
have x. Okay. This will be, let me put it in parentheses, x times the price. This 40 minus 40x. Put that in parentheses. Okay. That would be your revenue. X radios at 40 minus 4x to the second price. So that would be the expression for your total revenue in terms of X. And what's that equal to, Maureen? If you multiply that out, what do you get?
40x by
40x, that's good, 40x. Now multiply x times a minus 4x to the second. What is that? Multiply, add your exponents, Maureen. So what would that be?
Oop.
No, x times a minus 4x to the second.
That is,
Maureen, what is it?
you got the add, right? That is
No, this-
44.
No.
No, you
Oh.
multiply and you add the powers. So x, what's the x times x to the second, Maureen?
X and X is a 2,
No, add the powers. A 1 plus a 2 is what?
3.
3. So that's going to be what? Minus 4x to the third,
6x to the
Oh,
third power.
wow.
right?
X to
Equals
See, x times 40 is 40x. X times a
Mhm.
minus 4x to the third is a minus 4x. 4x
Okay.
to the second is a minus 4x to the third because I added the 2 and the 1. right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's your expression for your revenue.
X, this second,
This is your revenue. So that's what you would put here,
minus Y.
right here, the revenue. Let's
Okay.
put 40
RAV.
X.
Mhm.
Let me take this out. Minus 4x to the third. I'll make it bigger. Okay, so that's what will go here for your revenue. And I'll take, okay. So that's your revenue. Questions on your revenue? Because I gave you the formula, number of radios sold times price charged per radio. Number of radios sold is X. Charge per radio is the 40 minus 4X in a second. So this would be your revenue. Any questions on your revenue?
That's the second or the
So-
third?
Question, Audrey?
It's a
So,
tree,
Mr.
Audrey.
Oh,
All we do here, Mrs. Had the
mhm.
That's
X,
it.
X in the X, the parentheses to the to the power.
You breaking up, Mercedes. What was your question?
I was at that all we need had X that's outside of in the parentheses outside of 40.
Yeah,
Add it
right,
to-
right here.
Add it to 2.
Yeah, that's a multiplication.
Yeah, add it to
No, I don't. What's your question, Mercedes?
all I need to do is add the X outside the parentheses that's in parentheses.
Yeah,
Or to the power to or X.
you breaking up, Mercedes.
I don't know why I hear you very well.
Okay, but, okay, so your, what is your question on this expression?
I'm saying at the beginning of this expression down the bottom here where your is, I'm gonna add that one to the 2, that 1x to the 4x to the second power, 4x to the third.
You want to know how you get the 4x to the power 3?
X times 40 is 40x, right, Mercedes?
Yes.
X times a minus 4x to the second is 4x to the second plus 1.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you.
and that's how you get the x to the third.
Okay.
Yeah, multiplication, you add the powers, right? So a 2 and a 1 gives you a 3. Question? That answer your question, Mercedes?
Yes, thank you.
Because you multiplying x times everything in the parentheses. So times the 40, 40x times the x to the second, minus 4x to the second, gives you minus 4 to the x to the 2 plus 1, which gives you the 3. Got
Okay.
it? Okay, so any questions on the revenue?
No.
Okay, so because I gave you the formula for the revenue, and you just had to plug in the values. Number of radios, X, price charge per radio was the 40 minus 4x squared. So you multiply those out, that gives you your revenue. Now, number 11, the profit. What is profit equals to, Audrey, in words?
Profit is what you make on something that you either sell.
So in
The profit is something that you make on what you sold, right? If you buy something and
Yeah.
you sell it, you make a profit off of it, right?
so profit is revenue minus cost, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so profit, let's just write it out. Profit equal revenue minus cost. Now, I said use what was used in 10, so you know your revenue, right? So let's just make this bigger. Okay, so profit is revenue minus cost. So revenue is what we have right here, right? Correct?
Yes.
So you take profit equal revenue minus cost. Let me just copy that and put in the numbers. Okay, so there we go. The revenue is 40x. Let's just copy this. That's the revenue. So let's just put that here. What is the cost, Maureen?
$15.
That's right. The cost is 15. So it would be, let me just. Okay. So let me just take this out. So the cost is $15 per radio. So that would be what? 15 times what, Maureen?
15 times 40.
No, 15 number of radios X,
Oh,
right? It says to make
okay.
X radios. So it would be
Okay.
40. It would be the revenue. And let me just put that in parentheses. Okay. All right. So it would be the revenue 40x minus x to the third. Okay. Bring that minus the 15 is the cost per radio. The x is the number of radios. So there's the 40x minus 4x to the third minus 15x. That's your profit. Now, how could you simplify this? What would you do, Mercedes? There's some things you can combine there. What can you combine?
40x and 15x.
That's right. That's right. That was Audrey. Yes, you can
Yeah.
combine the 40x and the minus 15x. That gives you what, Audrey? 40x minus 15x.
Okay.
Subtract the
That's,
15x from the 40x. What do you get?
Left 25.
Yeah, 25x. That's it. Very good. You just get 25x. There you go. So let's just put 25x, and that's minus, and we can take the rest of this out because we subtracted. So there's your profit. 25x minus 4x to the third. Now, x represents what?
The
What
cost.
is x? What is it, Maureen?
The cost.
No,
Cost of it.
x.
What is the price of it?
No.
Yeah,
At the beginning, they said x is the number of radios.
the number of
Radios.
radios.
That's right, Mercedes. X the number of radios, right?
Yeah.
So you got your profit, 25x minus 4x to the third, where x is the number of radios.
Yeah.
And you can use that to do the next part of this problem, right? Okay, that was number 11. Now, here was the bonus part, right?
Mhm.
Let's see, let's make that bigger. And I'll put this on the next page. Okay. Okay, number 12, make that. This is number 12, okay. All right. Okay. Order read number 12.
Number 12
Yeah, it's right here.
says currently the company produced 1.5 million radios and make a profit of $24 million.
Mhm.
What is a small number of radio that the company can produce and still make a profit?
Okay.
Show
So
the profit calculation. Express the number of the radios and the profit.
okay, so what is a smaller number of radios that the company can produce to still make a profit? Now, the obvious you would want to use, you said 1.5 million, is take a million radios and see how much profit you would make. And you go back to your profit formula. Here's your profit formula.
Subtract it.
Good.
Now, let's take the profit formula. Okay. And put it here. And we're going to have to go to the next page. Okay. Okay, so I put the profit formula here, right? Now, suppose you had a million instead of the 1.5, you make a million radios, right? Okay, so you want to see how much profit you have? Well, let's just put, okay, let radios equal 1 billion. All right. So let me just put, but instead of writing out all the zeros, I'll just use the 1. Okay. Okay. So we'll say radios is 1. So wherever you see the X, put a 1 in there, right? So this, see how much profit you'll make if you sold a million radios. Okay. So substitute the 1 for the X. And what do you get? Anybody do that?
251.
What?
251.
X. Just substitute the minute.
No, substitute 1 million for the X.
Oh,
Yeah, so that wherever you see an X, put a 1.
so I move X from 25 and put 1.
No, you don't remove the 25. You just substitute for the X 1. Let X
Miss Barbara, you're not
equal,
hearing me at all.
what did you say, Mercedes?
You're not hearing me.
No, what did you just say?
I said, I think you're not hearing me.
No, I heard you.
1 million. 1 million.
So when you substitute
that's
Mercedes, what
25
would you
million?
get?
25 million.
I put, you said, I take away the X from the 25 and put 1. Am I wrong?
You
Is
take,
that where I should put it?
what did you say you took
Yes.
away?
The X from the 25 at profit and put 1. That's where I should put it?
No, you would substitute. No, you getting 21, but you putting for the X a
Not 21.
1, right?
Not 21, I'm saying, oh, put it
No,
in a,
you wherever you see an X, put a 1. So this will be a 1 here.
that's what I'm doing, but I didn't put it in parentheses.
Didn't have to be in parentheses. So you'd have profits equal 25 minus 4, and that would be equal to 21. Now it's in million because I didn't put the zeros, but still that would be 21 million profits. So even with 1 million radios, you'd make a profit of 21 million. You got it? So that would be 21 million. Okay, you didn't have to put the zeros. You could just put just the one without the million, without the zeros. So if you sold 1.5 million, you make 24 million profit. If you sold 1 million radios, you'd make 21 million profit. Got it?
Mhm.
Questions? So all you had to do was just take something less than the 1.5, and the most obvious was just take 1 million. What is a smaller number of radios that the company can produce to still make a profit? A smaller number is 1 million radios. So with 1 million radios, you make $21 million profit. Questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had to do this in steps. You had to put the polynomial expression for your profit. And since they told you what X was, the number of radios, you can, at this particular problem here, you can substitute in an X value of 1 million and calculate your profit. Questions on number 12?
I would have to do another one like this.
Yeah, but I tried to make
But I'm
this.
getting a sense of it, miss. I really
You
get
getting the sense of it? Because see, now notice I gave you how to calculate revenue. I gave it to you in words, number of radios, price charged per radio. They gave you that in the problem, the $15. All right. And profit. The only thing is, I think I didn't give you profit, but that's something I thought maybe you would know. Because if you're selling something, and you want to know if you made profit, it's what it's cost you to make it subtracted from what you gain from the selling. So it's revenue minus cost. Okay. All right. We have one more problem. And that was a triangle. Anybody try that one?
I was trying.
Yeah, I did it, Miss Barbara.
Yes. Yes. Latoya got it right.
Okay.
Latoya got it right. She got the bonus. Latoya, you want to say how you did it?
Yeah, I guess so. My phone is not working. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Okay.
You got a
All right,
malfunction.
Latoya, tell us how you did it.
Divide the base by the
I said it's hot. I took the bus, that's why. I said B equal, no, sorry, 3x minus x plus 12 over 6.
Okay,
X.
well, wait, Latoya, you gotta.
the area is
Okay, all right. Area.
Remember you didn't read the problem?
Yes.
Area equal.
Go ahead,
Yes, that's the
read the
area.
problem, Latoya.
I gotta read the problem too.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
Latoya.
A triangle's area is given.
All right, wait. Audrey, please listen to.
I'm listening.
Okay.
A triangular area is given by the expression 3x squared minus x plus 12. The height is 6x. The base of the triangle is the quotient of the area and a half of the height. Which expression represents the base of the triangle? So I said 3x squared minus x plus 12 and 6 over 2. That's how I do it.
Okay, so this is the area. So let's put this down. So the area, let's put that bigger.
Because area of the triangle is half base times height.
Okay, so the area equals 3x to the second minus x plus 12. What's the height?
6x.
Okay, so the height, let's just put here height. Equal 6x, right? Now,
Yeah.
what is the base, Latoya?
A half.
half of that.
The
Half of
base, no, from
half
the,
of the
from the
height.
problem. What does the problem say the base is?
The base is half of the height. The quotient, the triangle is the quotient of the area and half of the height.
No, read this just like it says in the problem.
The base of the triangle is the quotient of the area and half of the height.
Now, what do you mean by quotient?
Division.
Divided by the height.
Division, that's what you get from division, right? So let's just
Yeah,
put here,
quotient.
let's translate those words into the formula.
Math.
Base, that Latoya just said, right? Base
Mhm.
equals the quotient of the area. That means area
Yeah.
divided by
Divided by
1/2
the height.
of the height, right? So let's just put area and divided by, let's just put our division here. And this is 1/2 times the height. So 1/2 times, and I'll just put H for height. Okay. All right. Now, when you substitute in for the area, let's just go down here and I'll just bring this all on the next. Okay. All right. So you're going to substitute in for the area. And this is what you did, right, Latoya? You put in for the area 3x to the second minus x plus 12.
Yeah.
Wake up, Maureen.
I'm not sleeping.
No, I know you're
You're
not,
tired, I should have worked.
but you gave us a very long sigh. And divided by 1/2 of the height. So what's
Yeah.
that, Latoya? What's 1/2 of the height?
1/3.
Latoya, 1/2 of 6x.
3.
3x, right? So this is going to be 3x, right?
Miss.
Yes. Let's say these question.
Yes, you actually give you what is one I
1/2 of the height.
yes. One is in one
The height
if
is
the
6x.
height is 6. Hold a minute. If the height is 6x.
Yes.
how could it be-
What's 1/2 of 6x, Mercedes?
that's-
Half of 6 is 3.
I don't understand this. You said 1/2. That means 1.5, right?
No, 1/2 is 1/2, not 1.5. Half of 6 is what, Mercedes?
3.
Yeah, so 1/2 of 6x is 3x.
Then it should say give you a half of 6x. Don't put 1/2. It's something like you mean 6.5 of the 6.
Yeah, I had 1/2 of the height, and the height is 6x, so 1/2 of 6x is 3x, right?
She didn't read it that way.
Mercedes?
Don't try to change math, Mercedes.
I'm not trying to change that. Somebody do it.
Mercedes, if the height is 6x, what's half of 6x?
Now you're talking to me. That's 3x.
That's it. That's why
But
we
then
have,
you say, when you keep on saying 1/2, it's something like you're saying 6, and then half of the 6. But when you say give me a half of the height, then I know I'm giving a half of 6.
well, that's
Anyway,
what it says here,
I-
1/2 of the height. The height is 6x, so 1/2 of 6x is 3x. That clear?
I get your turn, but when I say 1/2, I wrote no 1/2.
Yeah, but I did have 1/2 and then I multiplied it out. I said 1/2 h, and 1/2 h is 1/2 of 6x, and that's 3x. That clear,
Okay.
Mercedes?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Latoya, what's your next step?
No problem. I cancel out. Wait. Why me gotta get the hard one?
What?
Sure.
What's your next step?
The next step I say,
there.
I cancel, I say, 2 into 6, give me 2 into, I cancel it out.
Cancel out what?
A 6, Miss Barbara.
Okay, you got this, right?
Yeah, I have that, and then I said,
Then
3, yeah, that's the part I'm at. I laid out differently. So I said 3x squared minus x plus 12 over 3x. So I said it's equal to x minus 1/3 plus 4 over x. I
Okay.
cancel out the 3x.
how did you cancel out a 3x?
3x or 3x and I left with x squared. 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3 me cancel me mean.
Okay, so
You cancel 3x and 3x. That can cancel out.
yeah, so what do you have next? What's your next expression?
That's my next expression. You didn't.
After this expression, what is your next expression?
The answer. I didn't go no long way. I cancelled out. I said 3x squared minus 3x. X plus 12. I cancel 3x and left with x.
4.
And then 3,
3 into 12. 4.
I'm thinking that 3 into 12 is 4. So 4 over x. That's all I did.
Okay, so you took the 3x to the second as 3x times x,
Yeah.
and then canceled out the 3x.
Yeah. The denominator with the numerator. So that left you with x. 3 into 3, 1.
Okay, did you take each term separate?
Yeah, I did it separately.
Yeah, well, I mean, did you take each term separate?
No, I just cancel it out.
But I don't understand how you canceled it out.
It's probably 3x squared and 3x at the bottom.
She cancel
It's the same.
numerator 3x.
They're gonna let you with a negative 1/3.
X is x
What
times
happened to
x
the power?
times 2.
X cancel out
So
x
2
like
is
it's a
2.
polynomial.
1 from 2 is 1.
But to cancel
Mhm.
out the whole thing, you've got to have something common in all these factors, in all
Yeah,
these
because
terms.
the
Can't
denominator
just,
is
yeah.
not the same. One has the second power and one of no power.
Over 4. 4 is
That's why I don't understand how you just say you canceled it out.
That's supposed to
That's
be
what I did.
one to the
over
one
X.
equals
So when you said you
Minus
canceled out, what I would need to know, what did you have left? Okay,
X.
tell me what expression you had here to do the canceling out, Latoya.
I said 3x squared up at the top and 3x at the bottom.
Okay,
I said 3 cancel out 3 and 1x cancel out 1x.
But
And I
the
said
power,
X times X is 2, it's to the power. So
what happened to the power?
no, she's doing what I said anyway. Just take each one separate.
yeah, but I didn't separate mine because I was like, I just do it like that because I know 3 cancel 3. But
Yeah.
you could do it
Yeah,
separately.
but I'm saying okay, Latoya, you understand this very well, and that's great. But for the ones that do not understand it as well, it's better to do them by term, right?
Okay.
If you follow. Now, what you do, because there's more than one way of doing a problem, and you do yours, and you
Yeah,
can do it
I did it
actually
the way how I
quicker.
could understand it.
Right.
That's what-
Okay, so you can do this. Remember when I said when you have a polynomial divided by a monomial, you can take them all separate. right?
Yeah.
So you can have, and let me just separate this. Let me move this over. Okay. Because
So
the new,
sometimes if I do things along, we I get confused and get stuck in the
that's
middle.
right. You have
So
to do
that's
it.
why.
You have to do it the best way for you, Latoya, and that's fine. But let me just remember, when we started on this, I said when you have a polynomial divided by a monomial, you can just break them up into terms, right? So
Yeah.
you can say 3x to the second
Sometimes I
over
do that, but with
3x.
this one I didn't do that.
No, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And this is 3x, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got the 12. Okay, let me just that there. So you got the 12 over the 3x. So you could just remember when we started off, we had polynomial divided by monomial, Maureen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you can say, and this is Latoya did hers, but she did hers in a more of a fast way. But 3x to the second minus x plus 12 over 3x is 3x to the second divided by 3x minus x divided by 3x, 12 divided by 3x. Now, for the first one, you get, okay, we have base equal, and 3x to the second divided by 3x is what, Maureen?
3x to the second,
Divided by 3x gives you what?
1x.
1x, just x to the first power.
That's an x there, yeah.
X to the first power, right? So it's just x, right? Now, Audrey, what do you get for the next one? X over 3x. What do you get, Audrey?
3x
Minus
negative
1x over 3x. What do you get for your answer?
negative
Negative.
3x.
No. X over x is
X-
1. So you
X
just get a
negative
1/3, right?
1.
1 over 3. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Because
you
it
just
was
get
Yes,
1 over
1 over
3.
3, yes. X
Yeah.
X is 1, yes.
And what
1 over
about
3 is
the
right.
12 over 3x, Audrey?
So,
What do you get?
huh?
Okay, 3 is 1 is 4.
What do you get
4,
for the next one, Audrey?
4x.
Maureen, your
4
name
over
is
X.
Audrey,
Oh, sorry, sorry.
right? You changed your name.
No,
No,
I didn't ready here. Sorry.
Mm.
That's
Okay,
okay.
not a problem.
That's all right, Maureen. I'm glad to see you
4
understand it.
over X.
So that's what? 4 over x. Very good. 4 over x. So what answer is that?
D as in dog.
All right, Latoya. 4 over x, and the answer is D as in dog. Okay, so
Yeah, I
that's
get my 10. I get my 10 points. Hard
yes.
work.
Latoya got her 10 points. But Latoya, I was really surprised how you missed revenue. You're the
I didn't know to do number 12.
you're the
I
business
gave up.
lady, and I was surprised how you did
And
the
then the
revenue.
other one, you say I messed it up. I put revenue before cost, and then you wanted cost minus revenue.
What do you mean wanted? I mean that's the right way to do it.
So let's
Put it for the
wait,
Well,
family.
the same
one.
thing is 6 over 3.
So answer D.
Yeah, but
But
I only got 3 answers. I got answer A.
what did you
So
get?
can you break down to see what is answer A? I got D, but I know all the rest of the answers is different to A. Or A is X 2.
Over 2 minus 1 6 plus 4. Yeah, but when you factor out, remember how
I
Latoya,
know.
she factored this out and got X.
I know.
So you wouldn't get what you got, right?
No, I get D too, but I had all these anyway, trying to write off the answers. But I didn't get all the answers.
Okay, but remember, Maureen, when we started out and we had the same kind of problem with the polynomial divided by a monomial, and I said you could just divide term by term, right?
I know,
Each
yeah.
term. And
But
that's exactly what this is.
I had answered B, C, and D, right? But I didn't get A. What was the answer for A? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any questions on anything we've gone over?
Okay, this I've studied formula some more.
Yeah, well, your next homework will still be division of polynomials, but remember you can use the factoring. You can
Okay.
use the factoring to do the division, all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.